On Sports Central tonight, fourth loss. The SLC Blues record their fourth consecutive loss in the SLC T20 League, with the Greys showing no mercy in today's game. With this win, the Greys solidify their position in the finals alongside the Greens.
That is meat and drink. Is that the shot that Tantimal produces to find his form?
Return in style. The Sri Lanka Under-20 rugby team returns to the island after a stunning run-up performance at the Asia Under-20 Rugby Sevens in India. After 34 years, West Indies beat Pakistan in the second T20I to seal this series, with Jaden Seals and skipper Shai Hope leading the way, achieving a milestone and recording a series win against Pakistan after 34 long years.
To be run out to the direct hit, it is a direct hit, and that's the end of the game. A series victory, historic one, I think. We'll just need confirmation. They're celebrating.
And breaking another.
From Studio 24C, this is Sports Central. And now, here's Vinut Varnasurya.
Hello and welcome to other Derana Sports Central, the go-to place to get updated about everything on sports right here on the home and around the globe. To start off today's bulletin, we are ready to give you the latest updates from the SLC T20 League. Another match of the SLC organised T20 League tournament took place at the SLC grounds in Colombo today. Here's SLC Greys took on the SLC Blues. The SLC Blues, this time captained by Pathum Nissanka, opted to bat first, winning the toss. The Blues openers skipper Nissanka and Visheng Halabage headed 60 runs off 5 overs. However, after the dismissal of Nissanka for 30, the Blues lost wickets at regular intervals. At one stage, they were reeling at 5 down for 102 in the 14th over.
Picked up, bottom of the middle, and comfortably taken. Karuka picks up his second wicket. Once again, there was a lot of hang time on that shot.
Then Dasun Shanaka and Ramidu Fernando joining at the crease popped up the tempo with some lusty hits. They added 76 runs in 6.3 overs, helping the Blues to reach 178 for 6 in their allotted 20 overs. Ravidu made 41 while Shanaka remained unbeaten on 35.
To the off stump. Well, foolish delivery, half volley.
Cross seamer, slow ball, set up, and slaps it into the grass banks. That's it, Dasun Shanaka for you.
Vijaykant Viyaskand was the pick of the Grey bowlers with 1 for 15 in his 4 overs. In reply, the SLC Greys opener Niroshan Dikwala and Dinesh Chandimal added 55 runs in just 4 overs. Dikwala made 21 while Chandimal scored 44 off just 24 deliveries.
And it will run away to the boundary.
Then the fourth wicket pair, skipper Charita Asalanka and Nuwanidu Fernando, took the game away from the Blues with some fabulous batting. They added 84 runs and Asalanka made 45 off 28 balls. The Greys reached the winning target of 179 in 17 overs and 1 delivery, thus winning the game by 6 wickets. Nuwanidu Fernando was not out at 50. With this win, the Greys' total points reached to 4, but the SLC Greens still take place the lead in the standings with 6 points on the top unbeaten. This was the Blues' 4th consecutive loss. The finals of the league is set to be played this Friday between SLC Greens and SLC Greys. The Sri Lanka youth rugby team, who were the runners-up at the Asia Under-20 Rugby Sevens, returned to the island last night. The tournament took place in Bihar in India. At this year's Asia Youth Rugby Sevens, Sri Lanka lads performed exceptionally well in the preliminary round by beating Hong Kong, India and the United Arab Emirates. Then Sri Lanka reached the finals by beating China in their semi-final encounter. Well, however, Sri Lanka were beaten 33-0 in the finals by Hong Kong. The Sri Lanka Youth Sevens team received a warm welcome at Katunayak Airport yesterday. The Inter-School Rugby League came to an end yesterday with its final match taking place. In the league-ending encounter, Thurston College recorded a hard-fought win against Science College Mount Lavinia.
The last encounter of 2025 Inter-School Rugby League was played between Thurston College and Science College at the Sugatadasa Stadium, Colombo, last evening. The Thurstonites won the game by 33 points to 29 at the final whistle. The winners scored 5 tries and they were able to convert 4 of those. Meanwhile, Science boys also recorded 5 tries, but they could only convert 2 tries.
Centuries by Ranuk Jayasuriya and Kenul de Soysa helped SSC to take honours in their drawn Under-23 Interclub two-day match against Kurunagal Youth CC at the CCC grounds in Colombo today. In reply to KYCC's first innings total of 273, the SSC began the second day in this morning 19 for the loss of 3 wickets.
Although the SSC lost their 4th wicket when the total was on 46, Ranuk Jayasuriya and Kenul de Soysa rescued the innings with some superb batting. Jayasuriya made 116 while de Soysa remained unbeaten on 152. They added 179 runs for the 5th wicket. Eventually, SSC declared their first innings at 362 for 7. The KYCC were on 110 for the loss of 6 wickets when the stumps were drawn. Lakwin Abe Singha was 35 not out while Neshan Dias bagged 3 for 42.
From domestic cricket to school cricket, now Royal College Colombo has advanced into the semi-finals of the Inter-School Division 1 Under-15 cricket tournament. They won by a bonus point against Mahanama College. The school's Under-15 Division 1 quarter-final was played at St. Sebastian grounds in Moratuwa yesterday. Bad weather restricted the match to 43 overs a side. Royal reached 129 for 2 in their allotted 43 overs. Manish Vijayasundara made a patient 50 not out. Bad light did not allow Mahanama batters to commence their innings. Now Royal will meet Devapatiraja and Mahinda will meet St. Joseph's in the semi-finals of this year's Under-15 Division 1 cricket tournament. Well, we are heading into a quick commercial break, but don't go far. There's plenty more action coming your way on Other Derana Sports Central. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Other Derana Sports Central, where we have a few major international cricket matches lined up to get you updated. A record-equaling bowling performance by pacer Jayden Seales and batting masterclass by skipper Shai Hope helped West Indies to seal a convincing win against Pakistan in the second ODI at Aruba. Now with this win, the Windies secured the 3-match series 2-0 and it was their first ODI series win against Pakistan in 34 years. Pakistan skipper Mohammad Rizwan won the toss and opted to field first. The run scoring was not easy and the Windies were struggling at 184 for 6 after 42 overs. Roston Chase made 36 runs. Then came the fireworks of Hope and Justin Greaves added an unbeaten 110 in only 8 overs with a run rate of 13.46. It is the second highest run rate for a century stand for West Indies in ODIs. Hope went on to make 120 not out and it was his 18th century in ODIs, and Greaves also remained unbeaten on 43 runs.
That should be it. It's the epitome of a captain's knock. Another one-day international 100 for the West Indian captain. It's his 18th and the second against Pakistan. Only Brian Charles Lara and Chris Gale ahead of him for most centuries for the West Indies in this format.
The Windies reached 294 for 6 in their allotted 50 overs.
It's the boundary. Protection there or not. Shai Hope is able to pierce the gap. He just wants to find out if that was a legitimate delivery. The umpires think so. And that will be the end of the West Indian innings. Shai Hope, a masterful knock from the West Indian captain, finishes on 120. The West Indies get to 294 for 6.
In reply, top 3 batters of Pakistan, Saim Ayub, Abdullah Shafiq and Mohammad Rizwan were dismissed by Jayden Seales before disturbing the scorer. Altogether, 5 Pakistani batters failed to score and only 3 batters were managed to reach the double figures.
And he's bowled in. There is that scramble seam. There is that perfect delivery. And there is another for Jayden Seales.
Eventually, they were bowled out for 92 runs in the 29th over. Seales bagged 6 wickets for 18 runs. This is the joint second best figure by a West Indian in men's ODI cricket.
5-wicket haul, his first in this format. Jayden is sealing the deal in this final ODI. Masterful performance. His family members are enjoying it. A moment to savor.
The home team won the encounter by 202 runs.
To be run out with a direct hit. It is a direct hit. And that's the end of the game. A series victory, historic one, I think. We'll just need confirmation. They're celebrating though. Confirmation. That's the end of the game. The first ODI series victory for the West Indies in 34 years against this opposition. A magnificent and historic win by 200.
Devon Brevis scored South Africa's highest individual T20 international score, their second fastest T20 100 of 41 balls, and became the youngest South African to hit a century in this format as they put on their beat score against Australia to square the series 1-0 at Darwin, with the decider taking place on Saturday.
Brevis, who already holds the South African domestic record for the highest T20 score of 162, put on a mesmerizing display in only his 9th T20I. He hit 12 fours and 8 sixes for a total of 96 runs in boundaries and was excellent down the ground.
Oh, downtown, all right. Brevis looking for a maiden 50 in T20 international cricket. Brings it up in fine style as Brevis. Pulls into it, Brevis gets it to the rope. A brilliant 100, and the young man at 22, the youngest South African to score a T20 international 100.
4 of Australia's 5 bowlers conceded at 11 runs and over or more, with Ben Dwarshuis the exception. His 4 overs cost just 24 runs, but it was not enough to keep South Africa to a reachable total, despite their strength in chasing.
Brevis gets home. And it's one of the great innings by Devon Brevis. In South Africa post 7 for 218.
This was the first time in 9 matches that Australia had lost batting second, ending a record run of 9 wins in a row, and the first time they had lost to South Africa in 7 meetings. They would have required the highest successful chase in Australia to avoid that. There were moments when Australia were threatening, most notably at 104 for 3 in the 10th over, but were always behind the required run rate. Tim David's half-century was only individual score over 26.
Side the way, back-to-back half-centuries for Tim David. Out, there it is, Rabada!
Teenage left-arm seamer Kwena Mapaka, who was expensive, and all-rounder Corbin Bosch were the most successful on the wicket-takers and finished with 3 apiece. South Africa's 53-run win was their biggest margin of victory over Australia.
It's his second. Strikes it well, but not well enough. Geedy gets the wicket he deserves. Rabada takes the catch, and South Africa do a massive job on Australia.
Today's update from the 100, Liam Livingstone's unbeaten 69 of 27 deliveries saw Birmingham Phoenix chase down 181 to beat defending champions Oval Invincibles in a thrilling match yesterday. Phoenix now have win on the board after 3 games. Instead by the home side, Invincibles lost Will Jack's second ball and reached 31 for 2 after the 25-ball power play. The score quickly became 34 for 3 after the loss of Sam Curran before the Invincibles recovered through Jordan Cox and Sam Billings to reach 70 for 3 at halfway. But the team lost Billings soon after.
Sam Billings, one of his favourite shots, signature shot. This time. Now then, should be taken in the deep. Yes!
Enter Ferreira, who started positively depositing Team Saudi for a maximum over wide long on to bring up Invincibles 100 after 65 balls. Cox fell for 44, but Ferreira continued, reaching his half-century of 24 deliveries with another huge 6. Invincibles finished strong, the penultimate set for mostly conceding 25, including 2 sixes and 2 lots of 5 wides, while Rashid Khan contributed 2 maximums of his own as Invincibles closed on 180 for 8.
Chance again. Chance, can Kimber get there? No. Definitely be 2. Pulled towards that leg side, there is cover, good catch. Schmid, who pulled that ball back to stop the 6. They finish off with a wicket, but the highest score this year in the men's 100.
The Phoenix run chase started slowly. Aussie left-armer Jason Behrendorff bowling the first 10 balls straight through, the conceding just 5. Saqib Mahmood then took the big wicket of Ben Duckett with his 3rd ball. but Will Smith wrestled some of the initiative back with the back-to-back sixers. Smith was bowled by Nathan Sauer one ball after reaching his 50 to see the score 91 for 3. Jacob Bethel then went 20 runs later.
Oh, this goes straight up. Somebody's under it. I think it's Will Jacks. Yeah, it is. Takes it good.
But Livingston responded by smashing Khan for 26 in a set and combined with Moosley to leave 3 needed from 5. Mahmood then removed Moosley and Louis Kimber with successive balls, but Benny Howell drove the hat-trick ball through cover to secure the win.
Squeezes it through to huge cheers from the Phoenix crowd. Will Jacks can't haul it in, and the delight on the faces of the spectators and for Liam Livingston.
Well, it's time for a quick commercial break, but plenty more action is coming your way from Ada Derana Sports Centre. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Ada Derana Sports Central. We have some updates from the athletic field. Sweden's Mondo Duplantis broke his own pole vault record with a clearance of 6.29 meters at the Hungarian Grand Prix meeting in Budapest yesterday, the 13th time he has set a new world mark as he continues to defy gravity. Apologizing when he turned up late, saying he had a lot of work to do in his time management. Gianluigi Donnarumma confirms his imminent departure from Paris Saint-Germain after he was effectively axed from the squad by manager Luis Enrique, who left the Italian keeper out of today's UEFA Super Cup lineup.
Donnarumma played an instrumental role in PSG's treble-winning campaign last season, helping them to win the Champions League for the first time. However, the 26-year-old, who joined the club in 2021, has reportedly been left out in the cold. PSG signed French keeper Lucas Chevalier on Saturday, which has fueled speculation about Donnarumma's future. With 1 year left on his contract, it is reported that the Italian is now set to move on. Donnarumma posted on social media yesterday that unfortunately someone had decided he could no longer be part of the group and contribute to the team's success. He added that he was disappointed and disheartened.
To tennis now, Carlos Alcaraz is past Serbia's Hamad Medjedovic 6-4, 6-4 to reach the Cincinnati Open last 16 yesterday. Now battling the sweltering Ohio heat to notch his tour-leading 50th victory of the season.
The Spanish second seed also secured his 13th consecutive win at an ATP Masters 1000 tournament, converting 3 of 7 breakpoints in what was described as a deliberate, slow-paced contest. Medjedovic was treated for neck pain after the first set, and he reportedly ramped up in the second to shorten rallies, out-hitting Alcaraz 25-16 on winners, but committing 38 unforced errors compared to the Spaniard's 18. Alcaraz said that he knew Medjedovic was a really powerful player whose shots were incredibly hard to return and who also had a big serve. He added that he was aware Medjedovic did not like to move too much from side to side, so his plan was to make him run as much as possible.
Game, Alcaraz.
Meanwhile, Alexander Zverev was left to wait another day to serve out the match as rain interrupted the evening session's play at the ATP 1000 Masters Cincinnati Open yesterday. German third seed Zverev was forced off court due to rain and the threat of lightning. The suspension was particularly frustrating for Zverev, who had a 6-4, 5-4 lead in his match against American Brandon Nakashima and was about to serve for the win. Earlier, Canadian Open finalist Karen Khachanov of Russia secured a 6-3, 6-3 victory against Jensen Brooksby, while Canadian Open winner Ben Shelton's match with Roberto Bautista Agut was moved to today. Tuesday's rain-enforced suspension was the latest in a string of interruptions at the Cincinnati Open this week. On Monday, Jannik Sinner's win over Gabriel Diallo was delayed by a fire alarm before the players continued through the noise. There was also a 1-hour delay due to a power outage.
Well, that is it from us at Other Derana Sports Central for the day. Well, be sure to stay tuned as we bring you more latest updates in the sporting world right here on the home turf and around the globe. Well, then until tomorrow, I'm Vinod Varnasuriya signing off. Take care, keep the spirit of sport alive, and have a very good night.